Okay, students, I shall now explain 2021 N-Level Science Paper 2. Okay, the last question, the part 1. Okay, in this question, they asked you about the position of the heating coil. Where should it be? Okay, so if you look at the question very carefully, you notice that they are actually sort of giving you a choice to put the heater in a position. But this is actually a question where they guided you to and actually tells you that you must put it at level Y. Okay, so in the class, I've explained to you that in this particular question, you need to tell the examiner a few things. Okay, so for this question, you need to tell the examiner, number one, okay, about convection current, how it occurs, and how it's set up. Okay, and number two, okay, you need to talk about the efficiency of heating. Okay, so it's really to answer this particular question where they are asking you why it is better to place the heating coil at level Y rather than at level X. Okay, so I shall start the answer. Okay, at level Y, the hot water, the water around the coil will be heated, become less dense, and rises. Cooler water from level X is more dense and will sink. This allows a convection current to be set up, allowing the beaker to be heated more efficiently. Okay, so always try to link back to what the question wants. Okay, so this is what you need for part 1. Okay, part 2. During the heating of water, both processes, evaporation and boiling, can occur. Describe the differences between evaporation and boiling. Refer to where these processes take place in the water and at what temperature they occur. Okay, so I'm going to write it out at the side. We know that boiling and evaporation, okay, they have similarities, which is they actually allow the liquid water to be converted into a gaseous state, okay, the water vapor. Okay, but the positionings and the temperatures are very different. Okay, so for temperature, for boiling, okay, it occurs at a fixed temperature. Okay, one thing to take note is that for boiling, it is not always at 100 degrees Celsius. The boiling point of water is at 100 degrees Celsius, but for all other substances, it is not at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, so you cannot say that boiling occurs at 100 degrees Celsius. Rather, you should be saying that boiling occurs at a fixed temperature. Okay, for evaporation, okay, it actually can take place at any temperature. Okay, so that's the difference for temperature. Okay, place where it occurs, okay, for boiling is throughout the liquid. Okay, for evaporation, it only occurs at surface. Okay, so this is what you need to write down in this particular question. Okay, so let's answer it. Okay, where the processes take place. Okay, because this is a question where they need you to compare. Because of this word differences, describe the differences. They're actually requiring you to compare the points. Okay, so you must have comparative terms inside. So where the processes take place. Okay, so we can say that the boiling occurs throughout the liquid. Okay, use a comparative term, while evaporation only occurs at the surface of the liquid. Okay, what temperature these processes occur at? Okay, remember the comparative term. Okay, so boiling occurs at a fixed temperature, while evaporation occurs at any temperature. Okay, so for this particular question, they did not really specify a lot. Okay, so they're really just asking you to compare. So let's check back whether we have satisfied all the conditions for the question. In the next part, they say refer to where these processes take place in the water. Okay, and at what temperature. Okay, so since they specify in the water, we should be more specific. Okay, so let's edit our answer a little bit. Boiling occurs throughout the water. Okay, while evaporation only occurs at the surface of the water. Okay, next part will be boiling. Okay, boiling occurs. Okay, in this case, since we know there is water, we can actually specify that it's 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, occurs at 100 degrees Celsius for water. Okay, while evaporation occurs at any temperature. Okay, so there's no change for evaporation.